Pick us up.
Yeah, I'm sure you're delighted, and I know you want to emphasise the team, but along with that, there is Salah and Mane and some outstanding performances. So how do you assess it all?
I really like to talk about these two players, but don't forget Roberto Firmino. Please. Please. Not a day like this. I know he didn't score. He was really angry about not scoring when I took him up. I said, what a performance. And he said, I want to score. Yes, it's very important to have these players. You can have the best match player in the world. If the players are not good enough for it, then it doesn't help. So players decide the games on the pitch, especially the good games. And yeah, we had a few very difficult things to decide since yesterday. Bringing Sadio Mane from the beginning after his injury, after one session, yesterday the second session with the team. I never did it before, to be honest. Something like this, obviously not the worst idea I've ever had. Changing the system without proper training, again, yesterday, first time we did it, the 4-4-2, which looked maybe from the beginning like a very offensive lineup. We had actually the different idea. We wanted to defend deeper, more compact, and using the space which we have then for the counter-attacks. We will never know how it would have been if you don't score the first one. But I think it was kind of an open game until then. So it was. We had to adapt, we had to get used to it a little bit. We had to. It's difficult for the boys to wait a little bit more for the challenge than to jump always. Both things are good. Both things are promising. If you are not passive, if you do it in a smart way, we did it, but it didn't feel so. You could see it for the boys. It didn't feel so good. Then we scored the first one. Fantastic counter-attack. We scored the second one. The second set-piece goal in 1 week. I don't think I had that since I'm in Liverpool. So that's really special. I had two set-piece goals in 1 week, or maybe more, but on the other side. And so that was good. Then 2-1 after they changed. Andy Carroll is a threat. Each high ball, he's really working hard for it, and he's not the only threat then. So at the end, the smallest in the box scored, but everybody's looking at him, and so you're a step too late in the other challenge because you want to protect the challenge with Andy Carroll. So that was our mistake. Response again, outstanding, good, fantastic situation from Roberto Firmino. Yeah, the ball was kind of. It was not a real, what do we want to do with this ball? But he thought, let's run in this direction and pass the ball to Ox. Ox had 2 tries and used the chance. And the fourth one, then again, brilliant play with Sadio Mane and Mo Salah, what a finish. So, story of the game. Games sometimes, unfortunately for us so far, not often enough, are like this. But for today, this week is... of course, a fantastic week. We had, 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure how far away the Wembley is from here, but I felt quite different. And now we responded on that really well. We knew after that game in Tottenham that we were bad. Tottenham is always good, but we were the main reason for this result. So we wanted to strike back, and the boys did with 3 really nice results.
Jonathan, then Neil. Jonathan first.
Jurgen, you said you put Mane in after just 2 training sessions, and that's not...
I decided actually after 1 session, but he had another one yesterday, but that's not too much, yeah, right.
Why did you do that? Was it his performance in training, his mentality?
Oh, it was... So Sadio obviously a natural fit player, so he is a little machine, so that's how it is. So and training when we trained after the Maribor game, his first session on Thursday, it was a little bit stiff at the beginning, and then you could see how he starts enjoying the intensity. That's why we decided we should try it. And I asked him because I cannot see how he feels after that session. So I said in the press conference yesterday, so he's ready for 25 minutes. Yeah, obviously was ready for 25 plus, and good for us.
Neil?
Yeah, but that day didn't start well. So we did all the tactical things yesterday, which we did with the new system, with Jordan on the 6, and then if you ask him now, he told me I can play. Unfortunately, the medical departments are a little bit different. So after a week like this, it's normal that the players feel a little bit with their muscles. But Jordan felt different, obviously, for the physiotherapist. So I had to make this decision. He was not in the squad. If he cannot start, then you cannot bring him in, and after 10 minutes you have to make another change. So maybe he could have. I'm not sure. But he is injured. So that's this news I got today, but it was even more funny because Gini Wijnaldum tried yesterday, and after training we said, no chance. And then overnight he improved. We took him with us, but only to be closer to the doctor tomorrow. He had no boots with him. This morning they told me it improved a lot, so we could try. We only have to organize boots. I'm not sure where we got them from now, to be honest, but obviously he had some.
Okay, got a few more to go. Sky and then the gentleman down.
Yeah, could you tell us what sparked the response that you talk about from the Tottenham games to the last 3 games?
Against
Something you said?
a lot. So I think in life it's always important that I don't listen, to be honest, to what you say after, not you especially, after the game, like Tottenham. Because it makes no sense. So if we are bad, I know it before you can write it. So, and that was the situation in Tottenham. It was not a good response on the Maribor game. It's not that we would compare Tottenham and Maribor. It's only we had a 7-0 during the week. Tottenham had an intense game. I think they played Madrid or something there. And we came here, we were not spot on. So that should not happen. To be honest, that didn't happen so in my life very often with my teams. So it's my responsibility that they are spot on. But so for 5 or 10 minutes, it needs to be allowed to be really angry. I was. And I was still angry the next morning, so we spoke about the game. So that's it. Not to blame single players, how you do. No, to blame the team, how it's right. And that was the situation. It was not a centre-half who made the mistakes. It was a centre-half who lost a header challenge. The whole team didn't protect that situation. So, and we have to change that. And that was one of the things what we did a lot since then. Not that we started then, but I thought we know it already. And obviously we forgot it for this game, and then we had to do it again. And that's why we changed that was one of the reasons why we changed the system today. I said it looked like a very offensive lineup, but it was a very defensive lineup. We had 2 6s, clear 6s. We had 2 real midfielders on the wing. Sadio and Ox had to do the job. They both did the job, and Roberto and Mo had really to defend against West Ham. So that helps the last line, and that's what we did. And for today, it worked.
There's a few to ask. Gentlemen, second row first.
Yeah, okay. You praised Sadio Mane's performance today, and he's back from injury. He's due to report for Senegal in a big match against South Africa. Are you worried that he might pick up another injury because last night?
I'm always worried. That's to be honest. It's the most difficult time for me when I cannot. It can happen every day. It can happen in our training. It can happen in their training. It can happen in the games. That's how it is. But I have no problem with international games, and I'm really happy for Senegal that they can go to the World Cup, and they need Sadio Mane for this. I understand that he's fit to play. The only thing what I would ask for, if they can make it in the first game, then it would be cool if he could come back and could make the preparation for our game against Southampton. That's the only thing, but it's not. I cannot decide things like this. I don't even try. But we are in contact. Now, first he goes there, he recovers now, has a long flight, but then he will, if nothing happens, he will play the game. Good news for Senegal. He needs real recovery. So if you know the coach, tell him after this game today, and then he will be ready for South Africa.
Okay, last couple. Gentlemen, on the front row, I'll finish with Sam.
Jurgen, in your today game plan, was make a clean sheet an objective for the game?
Look, I didn't mention it in a meeting, but I like it. I like to have it. But yes, what can I say? You win 4-1 at West Ham, and now go in the dressing room and shout at them because they conceded a goal. But fortunately, I'm not like this. So we have now +4. That's. If you would have told me that before the game, I would have taken it 100%. So, however, 7-3 or 7-5, 4, don't care. +4 is good.
Okay, Sam, to finish, because we've got Mondays to do. That's fine.
Jurgen, Jamie Carragher said this week Mohamed Salah is the best value signing of the season so far. He's 2 goals short of Coutinho's total for last season already. I mean, are you surprised at just how quick is it? I know he played in the Premier League before, but how quick his impact has been?
No, we've watched him so often. We saw him so often. Scouting department was really behind me and wanted really that we do it even earlier, that nobody else can jump in. But we had a lot of different options. He was the decision of all of us. So when you find a situation when everybody who's doing the job agrees about a player, then you can be sure that will work. And yes, it's really nice to have him, and to be in that team. He's a real goal threat. He's an offensive midfield player, which is more a striker. That's true. And he needed to adapt a little bit to the different style. To Rome, he played very often a second striker at Rome together with Dzeko. Today he had the position. Obviously, he likes it. We will see what we make of it. Now they go all the way, and they hopefully come all back healthy. That's the most important thing. Then Adam Lallana will be back hopefully after us. Then Phil Coutinho, Sadio. Don't want to forget anybody. So we had Hendo, of course, and that helps us a lot. We have so many games, and now is the most busy time is coming now. In this circumstance, because we are not here for 2 weeks, I only want to ask: is there a reason? No one knows about it. Why nobody plays in the midweek in the first on January? Because they put us again on 30 and the 1st, but they could easily play all the games on the 3rd and the 4th. So I don't understand it. Is it not possible to play? Is there another bonfire day or something like this? No. Why is it? Does anybody know?
No, neither on television.
It's a holiday. New Year's Day is like a holiday for everyone's off.
Which one? The 1st?
First.
Yeah, but you can't watch it in the television, our game in Burnley. You can't watch it on television. Eh? So what do you need on holiday, that you wait until match of the day or what? You could. It's not on television, our game. So if it's television, then you say, okay, we signed a contract, we do it. It's not on television. Why we don't play Tuesday, Wednesday? Because I stay with it before we played, and long before. We'll never talk about it again. That's crazy. And we are not the only one. Burnley has to do the same job as I do, and all the other teams. Only if you meet somebody and he knows why, he can call me. Thank you very much.